and welcome to the Qigong Live Online today. This is the beginners program, and today we're going to do work for your heart today. We're going to do some Qigong exercises for your heart. So the very first, before we start, we're going to bow. So we bring everybody into class. So you roll back on your thumbs, so you have your hands and the fingers facing down, with your thumbs facing backwards. You roll back onto your thumbs, so your thumbs are still touching the side of your body. Then you bring your left hand underneath, right hand on top, and then you touch the two fingers, the two thumbs together. Gong, make a fist with your left hand, cover with your right. Open your palms, bring your energy towards your heart, and then down to your physical center, down to your lower dantian, which is underneath your navel. Yep. So heart exercise, there's as you can imagine in Qigong, there's lots of exercises for your heart, and every system has a heart exercise. I'm going to do a couple of just really simple ones for you. So sometimes our heart gets, or energy of our heart gets agitated. It's like our soul gets disturbed, who lives in our heart. And they call it a Shen disturbance. The Shens, they're talking about your soul, your spirit, they call it Shen. And you know when your Shen's disturbed because you feel like you're all over the place. You feel like you're here, there, and everywhere, and everything's a mess, and you feel like, as I say, all over the place. The easiest way to describe it, when your Shen's housed really strongly in your heart, you feel really centered, really strong, and really everything's really precise. But when you're all over the place, it's your heart. They say like the energy of your heart or your soul starts wandering around inside your body. And you can understand the expression. I think we've all had that experience of what that feels like. So these exercises brings it back into the center and brings your soul back into your heart, anchors it into your heart. And you need to do that when you sleep at night time, because the theory is your soul sleeps in your heart and your mind shuts down and your mind sleeps in your heart as well. It's like this is your hard drive, your computer, and this is the desktop. And everything turns off the desktop, goes in here, rests in the hard drive at night time and during the day. And then when you wake up, it all activates everything. It comes back into senses, all your senses turn back on again, and you're back into the day again. So understand that principle of that. So having your heart centered or your Shen centered is such an important thing, especially about your mental stability as well, because if you're all over the place, so are the emotions as well. And the emotions are just pointing at the disturbance in your hearts. Yep. Well, one of the things that point at the disturbance of your heart. So we'll start with a really easy one. Go to Zang Fuong Qigong. Zang Fuong Qigong is a set of exercises that do massages. This particular one, it's a massage system. And we're going to start with your hands on your heart. Now, for females, you need to put your right hand on your heart with your left over the top. For men, you need to put your left on your heart and your right over the top. Now, it's to do with the hands, the yang, your yin hand, or your yang hand is your left hand, and your yin hand is your right hand. Now, this is the yang side of my body. All of the right side's yang, except for the hand is yin, because it connects to the yang foot on the other side. They have a connection between the yin and the yang and the yang. Yep, so that's why we do that. And I'm male, so I'm yang, so I put my left hand with right over top. And you're going to do circles. Now, the easiest way to do, I'm not going to talk clockwise, anti-clockwise. I'm going to talk about going from the top, and you do circles. From the top to the right, to the bottom, to the left. Top, right, bottom, left. Now, that's the easiest way to get this correct. Now, this is, if you look at him, you'll see me, and I'm going anti-clockwise. I'm the clock, and this is anti-clockwise, yep. And we're going to do these circles. Now, you can do them either touching your skin or touching your shirt, or you can do them out in front of the shirt. It'll work both ways. See, as soon as I do that, start yawning, make me tired. As soon as the heart gets massaged, the heart goes, and just wants to rest. So we do that. So we're going to do 9 times circles. Now, you haven't been counting, so we're about 6, 7, 8, and 9. And then we're going to go the opposite direction. So now we're going to go from top, left, bottom, right. Yeah, and this is clockwise. Yep. And we're doing this. Now, notice when I'm doing this, the whole body's moving. I'm not just doing this with my hands and the whole body's completely still, and all I'm doing is moving my arms. You see when I'm doing it, it's like I'm massaging my whole body. So there's a slight movement, and I don't mean to over-insist and do this. That's a bit extreme. You don't have to do that. But you'll see there's a movement, so there's a flow that happens inside the body where the whole body's just been nurtured, and I'm centering energy in my heart. Cool. 7 and 8 and 9. And this is a Dian practice, so what we're going to do is point respiration. So you're going to breathe out. Now I'm going to push my hands into my heart, and I'm going to breathe out, and my intention, my mind's going to think about breathing perverse chi out of my body. And I'm going to breathe it out, and I'm pushing into the heart here and breathe it out this way. Yep, so I'm going to push in and breathe out and go. Breathe out through your mouth. Then relax, breathe in. Bring all the good chi into your heart, then do it again, breathe out. Relax, breathe in. One more time, push in, breathe out. Good, then relax. Good. Yawn again. Oh, it stimulates every time when you do the heart exercise. This one, well, it does it for me anyway, not everybody else. But as soon as I bring the energy to my heart like this, it just the whole body just goes, oh, it's at night time. It wants to go to sleep. So we're doing the same thing again. So it's top, right, bottom, left. Yep. And we're doing the circles. Yeah. So in my mind, while I'm doing this, I think of the energy coming out from my hands. So the energy is coming out from the top of my hand, with this hand into that hand, and then from that hand into my heart. And I'm thinking about sending the energy into my heart, and I'm like massaging my heart with energy. At the same time, when I'm doing this exercise, I'm also thinking of, get it going the right way. I'm also thinking of breaking up any perverse chi that's in my heart, or any stuck blood. And it's not only the blood that's moving through the heart, it's the blood that actually feeds the muscles of the heart as well. So you've got blood on the outside of the heart, and you've got blood moving on the inside. So it looks after itself. It supplies its own blood to itself by pumping it around the body, and it pumps it back to itself. Yep. So that must be about 8. And that must be about 9. And then we're going to change, go the other way. So we're going to go top. Yeah. Top, left, bottom, right. Top, left, bottom, right. There you go, and that's clockwise. That's 4. And now I'm nurturing my heart. The reason why you go clockwise, anti-clockwise, is your heart energy actually does clockwise. I'll talk a little bit about that while we're not counting. So I'll just finish this one, and I'll talk a little bit about why you do the 2 different varieties of them. Yep. And one more, and that's 9. Then point respiration. Remember, we're pushing out all the bad energy out of the heart. And then we breathe in through the nose, all the good energy, yeah? And breathe in. Perfect. Push it in, breathe out. Breathe in. Long breath in, long breath out. Push it out. Relax, breathe in. Good. So when you think of going anti-clockwise, then clockwise, now the energy of your heart goes clockwise. So if you see it through the chambers it goes through, it goes clockwise. The energy in all the organs travels clockwise. The energy of all the acupuncture points goes clockwise. Whoops, clockwise. Better do it the right way. So that's the idea. No matter where they are on the outside of the body, the one on the top travels clockwise if you're looking down the top of the head. So it's always clockwise, and so the organs. So you always want to leave it going the right way. You don't want to do the anti-clockwise and then stop, because now you're making the chi go completely the opposite direction. So what we do is it's like a plumbing thing. It's interesting how you do it. It's when plumbers get a blockage in a pipe. One of the ways they do it is they run water up the opposite direction. It happens when you use a plunger. So normally the water goes this way, and all the build-up builds on the side of the pipe, and the water can get through, and it gets narrower and narrower and narrower and going through. So what they do is they force water up the opposite way, and it blows all this blockage out, and then it cleans itself out. Well, it's a little bit the same principle of that. We'll do one more time. As we're doing exactly the same, we're backing the energy up in the meridians, and we're cleaning. They call it dredging the collateral. It's got a name. And the dredging collateral goes the reverse way that it normally travels, and then you leave it going the right way, which is obvious you want to do that. I'll give you an example. So remember, first one's anti-clockwise, top, right, bottom, left. I'll give you an example of perverse chi going the wrong way would be reflux. Reflux is an easy one, because the energy of the stomach goes down. Obviously, the digestion goes down, and the reflux, it starts to come back up again, so it's going the wrong way. Yep. So you're counterflowing the chi, the direction of the chi. Well, what we're trying to do, of course, get the chi flowing in its perfect direction that it's designed to do inside our body, and through all the meridians. In this case, we're doing it through the heart itself. Yeah. 7, and there's 8. And there's 9. Then back the other way. 1, 2. Now we're tonifying the heart. Now we've cleaned out all the perverse chi. Now we're tonifying the heart. My mind's inside my heart. The energy is coming from my hands. The energy from my hands is coming from my head strength, from the top of my head, from heaven, and it's coming from the feet from the ground into the body, into my hands, into my heart. Yeah. 6, 7, 8. One more. 9. And then stop. And point respiration again. Last one. Breathe out. Feels so good breathing out all this, the bad vibes out of your heart. And then breathe the good stuff in. Such a nice feeling. Breathe it out. Just breathe in. Good. Breathe out. Breathe in. Very good. Rest down there. There you go. So that's exercise. And I did a set of 3. So normally you do Qigong exercise in sets of 3. So that's usually the 3Y3 is physical, mental, spiritual. And we do 1 for each of them. There is other different combinations. Sometimes you can do it through Zhong Qi and blood. So we just did a particular version and the motivation one because there's lots of different 3s in Chinese medicine, depending which one your intention is. So we're going to do one more exercise. And the exercise we're going to use will be a very, very famous exercise in the Shiba Shia Taiji Qigong system, and it's called Embrace the Mountain. It's not only for your heart, but it's good for your lungs as well. Now, your lungs and your heart are in the top part of your body. Yep. They call it the upper jowl. We have 3 jowls or 3 burners. The upper burner, the middle burner, and the lower burner, or the upper jowl, middle jowl, lower jowl. Jowl means burners. So we're talking about the upper jowl, which is where your lungs and your heart live. In Chinese medicine, they reside at the top part. And they're connected, and then the lungs and the heart have a lot to do with each other because the energy from the breath, as we breathe in, the energy from that goes to the heart. So they have this communication with each other, yeah? So this exercise does both of those and the communication, yeah? So the exercise is quite simple. The hands start off facing towards the ground, palms face the ground. You bring your hands up. Then you put your hands so both palms are facing towards each other, and then you open. This exercise is called Embrace the Mountain. So it's like standing in front of a mountain, embracing the energy of a mountain. And then close your arms. Back to the center. Turn your hands over, back down again. Yeah. There's another part to this. We'll get the arms through, and I'll show you the next piece. The arms come up. Turn your palm towards palms. And then open. Embracing the mountain. Feel like you're embracing them. You think of your favorite mountain. And think of standing in front of it and just drawing the energy and breathing in the energy of the mountain. And then breathing out. Good. Okay, the second piece of this exercise is what's happening with your feet. So right from the start, I'm going to rock back onto my heels. Now, normally we stand on our balls of our feet. We stand on the kidney points and the pad of our feet and our toes. And the heel's just touching the ground. There's no weight on it. That's just resting. So I'm standing on my muscles. My knees are slightly bent. So I'm activating all the meridians of my body by standing on my muscles. Because as soon as you stand on the muscles, the body needs more energy for the muscles, so it starts producing energy and it draws it up from the ground. Yeah, that's traditional Chinese medicine understanding. So what we're going to do is we're going to rock back onto our heels. Now we're standing on our bones now, but don't let your toes come up. Just go back far enough where the toes are still touching the ground, but all the weight's on your heels. Yeah. Now, as I bring the hands forward, I stay on my heels. As I turn my palms towards palms, I stay on my heels. But then as I open, I rock forward to the front of my feet. Now keep the heels on the ground still, but all the weight's on the front part of my feet now. And then I'm going to rock back onto my heels as I close. And then I'm going to lower the arms down. Now my still weight's on the heels. So the heels, your weight stays on the heels the whole time, except for when you open and close. Stay on your heels. Now I come forward to the front part of my feet, onto the kidney points of my toes, keep the heels on the ground. And then I'm going to rock back onto my heels. And then I'll bring the hands down on the weight of my heels. So as I say that, when my hands are going up and down, I'm on my heels. I only come forward when I open on my toes, and then back off my toes when I close. That's it. Yep. Now the breathing, it's a long, slow breath in. Remember, on our heels. Breathing in. And then rock forward, keep breathing in. And then rock back, breathing out. back onto your heels, and keep breathing out all the way down. So long, slow breath in, long, slow breath out. Breathing in, stay on your heels. Keep breathing in, rock forward. Breathe out, rock back. Keep breathing out as you bring your hands down. Very good. Breathing in. Now say this is for your heart and lungs, but you feel when you're embracing the mountain, all this energy is going into your heart. Breathing out. And say like a mountain. Just think of all the energy of a mountain. You're breathing all that into your heart. Make your heart strong. I think of one of my favourite mountains in New Zealand. It's Mount Taranaki. It's in the North Island. It's a beautiful, beautiful mountain. The people live around that area or know exactly what I'm talking about. Breathing in. And I've actually done this exercise facing that mountain. It's very, very cool. And down. Breathing in. Breathing out. So this exercise brings energy to your heart, helps the circulation of blood to your heart as well. Takes away any blockages, tonifies your heart and your lungs meridians. So you're going to absorb more energy, more oxygen, so you're going to get more power. And that power is used to tonify the kidneys as well, the kidneys, the lungs, and the heart. It's a very beautiful exercise. And the breath, trying to keep the in-breath, the out-breath, the same duration. So however slow you breathe in is how slow you should breathe out as well. So you try and regulate the two of them. Otherwise your yin and your yang will be out of balance and you want to keep it regulated. Breathing out. We'll do one more, eh? Breathing in. Stay on your heels. Rocking forward as you open. Rocking back as you close. And bring your hands down. Perfect. There you go. You took the blood pressure. You could do it with the blood pressure too. You could do your BP as well. If you took that before you did that exercise and then take it after, you watch the difference. You watch the difference of how much it regulates your heartbeat, let alone how much it quietens your heart down and it slows it down as well. But it'll also be strong. It'll get stronger because there's more energy in it. So you get a stronger, slower heartbeat, which has got to be a good thing. It takes away all the stress out of the body, all emotions disappear and all that sort of stuff will go as well. It's such a great exercise. So if you have any questions, please ask about that. You're very welcome. And I'll write the details about what that exercise does in the comments below it anyway, and on YouTube for you so you can see it anyway. So have a beautiful day, everybody, and I feel very relaxed now. It's going to be good. Yeah. So I'll see you next week, and stay chilled. It's pretty weird, isn't it? That dates myself when I say stay chilled. I don't think they use that terminology anymore. Anyway, I don't mind. Fall back onto your thumbs. Go on, make a fist with your left hand, cover with your right. And open it up and bring the energy to your heart. Feel your heart absorbing the energy. And then bring the surplus chi back to your lower dantian, which is your physical center. So you're returning the energy back to your physical center. There you go. Step back. Now bow to each other. And all the people coming to watch this class afterwards, in 10 years' time, and you watch this video and you have a question, please ask. I'm still going to be here. I'm sure I have a thing about that. I'm sure I'll still be here, so I'll answer your question. And otherwise, have a beautiful weekend. We'll see you next week. Bye-bye.